Dr. Robert Reiner is the Executive Director at Behavioral Associates. He joins us now from New York. Thanks so much for speaking to us. I guess first, it cannot be overstated, especially just seeing that report, just how important having a sense of humor and keeping a sense of humor is at times like these.
I couldn't agree more. People are scared about this, but remember one thing, the human brain is a problem-solving machine, and you don't know how people are going to interpret it. The thing you want to make sure about is it doesn't induce a sense of complacency. You don't want people to think it's a joke and relaxing the restrictions. On the other hand, since people are so anxious, this might cause a lot of people who ordinarily might try to solve the problem by ignoring it to take it seriously. So for the most part, I think it's a good thing.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to look at some of the positives here. Is there an upside to a situation like this once in a lifetime, we hope once in a lifetime, lockdown whereby people are kind of forced to be together in a way they never have before in their homes? Is there something good about it in creating perhaps bonds or, is there any silver lining here is what I'm looking for?
Yeah, actually, I think there are a lot of them. If you're lucky enough to be home with your family, it definitely slows everything down. So people can renew bonds that, in our busy life, we don't get to do that often. So I think there's a really good thing to this. People complain so often about life being too quick and we don't have time for our family and friends. This has allowed people to, cut life down a little bit in terms of the frenzy that we normally feel.
Right, that matters as well. But on a less funny note, I do have to ask, what can be the negative consequences, really, of having people on lockdown for extended periods of time? I imagine, mental health care workers will see a lot of cases, especially for those alone, a lot of cases of depression and anxiety.
Absolutely. We're seeing a big spike in the amount of calls that we get in our New York office. People who are prone to anxiety and kind of right on the edge, we've seen a lot of people cross threshold, and people who were in the past controlling their panic attack disorder are no longer able to do it. So, that's been a real problem.
Right.
The tendency in New York is, I think people are too isolated anyway. New York City, as expensive as housing is, has the most single person households in the country of any city. So, most people right now are by themselves, and that creates problems.
For people then who kind of, lack that sense of humor that's so valuable at a time like this, what do you recommend they do to really keep their sanity?
Well, try to connect with other people as much as possible. Use Skype or Zoom or, set up meetings. I think I try to encourage people, if you once had a group of friends where you met once a week, once a month for dinner, renew that and do it online. Mental health workers we're doing everything virtually right now, and people are getting used to it. I was skeptical, I've got to tell you, but I'm finding more and more it's pretty effective.
We are lucky to have that technology. A friend of mine actually had a birthday party with 21 people online last night out of New York. It was pretty remarkable and enjoyable. Okay, Dr. Reiner, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us.